In this final Intro to Revit tutorial, we're going to learn how to do some additional commands. So let's go into Revit and we're going to insert a component. This is kind of where it gets fun. So let's go to our floor plan. So go to your level 1 floor plan and go over to your project browser, click on level 1 floor plan. Please make sure that you're not clicking on your ceiling plan because things are going to show up differently. So I'm in my floor plan, double click on level 1, and I'm going to zoom out so that I can see my whole floor plan. Actually, this is a quick note. Let's all zoom out really, really, really far where you can't even find your project anymore. This will happen to you. To get your project back, all you have to do is double click on your scroll wheel. So double click, maybe. There it goes. Took it a second. Double click on your scroll wheel and then your project will zoom in. Okay. All right, so let's insert a component. The first thing that we're going to do is go to our architecture tab, and then we're going to click on component. And some components that are already loaded for us will be over in our properties. So if I click on properties, they've already given you a desk, a parking space, different types of trees. Okay, so let's just load in a desk. Let's do the student desk, and let's load it in. So you click it, maybe add in 2. Okay, so hit escape once you are done. And then if we go into our 3D view by clicking on our doghouse up in our quick commands, you can then see, and I'm going to orbit around here, you can then see the desk that you have inserted. Okay, kind of pretty cool. So let's go back to our level 1 floor plan. I'm going to show you how to insert additional components that Revit has for us. So if you go to architecture tab, click on component, go to load family all the way on the right hand side of your ribbon. And then Revit has this whole library of other families. So families are components, furniture, doors, windows, things of that nature that we can load in. So let's scroll down and go to furniture. And let's go to beds. And let's put in a bunk bed. Okay, so it kind of gives you a preview, which is really nice. If you use your down and up arrows on your keyboard, you can kind of flip through them and see a nice little preview of what they look like. So let's open up the bunk beds by clicking open. We can place that in, hit escape twice to get out of that command, go to our doghouse up in our quick commands, and you can view your bunk beds. Pretty cool. So that's how to insert a command. The next thing that we're going to do is how to create circular walls. So let's go back to our level 1 floor plan. And let's say I wanted to make a circular space. So what I'm going to do is go to architecture tab, click on wall, and let's change our wall type to be, let's do a generic 6-inch wall. Click on that. And then over here in this little draw area, you'll notice you can create walls in many different shapes. So let's kind of talk about all these. So here's a circle. So if you want to make a circle, I'm just going to click on that. Click on your screen and make a circle. Okay. Maybe I want a rectangle. Click on that, make a rectangle. Pretty easy. Maybe I want a triangle or an octagon. Okay, some type of polygon. You can click on that icon and then it's going to ask you how many sides you want. So if I wanted a triangle, I'm going to say 3, and then I can click and start dragging, and it's going to create a triangle for me. Pretty cool. Okay. I also have an arc tool. So start, end, radius. So if you ever hover over anything, it's going to give you a drop down most of the time, and it gives you kind of a little description of how to use that command. So that is a very, very good tool to use. So the first click is going to be the start of my curve, second click is going to be the end, and then the third click is going to be how much it is arced. So start, go straight across to end, and then let's make it really big. Third click makes it. Hit escape when you are done. So that's how to create different types of walls, how to select multiple things. So if I just click on something, you'll notice I have it selected and it tells me about it over my properties. But let's say I wanted to move multiple things. Okay, so how do I select more than one thing? What you do is on your keyboard, you hold down Control, and you'll notice a little plus button shows up next to my cursor. So hold down Control, and then you can select multiple things. So I'm going to select all of these walls here. And then I'm going to select this wall. Say, oops, I didn't mean to select that wall. All you have to do is hold down Shift, and you'll notice you get a minus sign next to your cursor, and then you can click that wall. Okay, so now let's say I have this selected and I want to move them. Okay, so maybe instead of having them up here, I want them down here. I can use my move tool. All right, my move tool, it's saying, okay, where do you want to move this? But first, where is your base point? So maybe I want the tip of this triangle to go right here. So I'm going to click on that tip, and then I'll click where I want it to go. So that's how you move something. Let's say I wanted to rotate. So up again, this is in my Modify tab that I'm in. If I want to rotate something, I can click Rotate, and then I'm always going to start going straight up, and then I can rotate it as much as I want. You'll notice, see how the degrees kind of pops up. See, you can't get it quite to snap at what you want. Maybe you want a 173-degree angle. You can just start typing on your keyboard. So go 173, enter, and it's automatically going to rotate it at that angle, which is pretty cool. Next thing, how do we copy? So say I want a duplicate of this, or you know what, let's do something different. Let's click on our bunk beds. So say I want more of these bunk beds. So I'm going to click on copy, and then again, it always wants that base point. So from where do you want to copy? So this corner, because I want them all nice in a row. So I'm going to copy, click on that corner, and I can copy it over. Okay, so that's copy. Some other things that you're going to want to know is how to select items. So again, you can hit Control or Shift to add or deselect things, but you can also click and drag. So let's talk about that. So say I want to just highlight 3 beds. Okay, 3 out of the 4. So if I start from the right, bottom right, and I work to the left. So again, I'm clicking and dragging. You'll notice as soon as anything hits that dotted box, it is selecting it. Okay, so if I just touch it a little bit, it's going to select it. So if I only want 3, okay, I'm just going to get at least 3 of those touching my box or inside that box. So that grabs those 3, and then I can kind of click and drag and move. So that's to the right. If I start on the left and head to the right, you'll notice the object has to completely be within the box before it's selected. Do you see that? See how it won't select my bed until it's completely all within the box? Same thing over here. Okay, so that helps when things are very close to each other. It's easier to select them that way. Okay, so again, right, if you just touch the box, it's going to select it. If you start on the left, you need the whole item in the box. See how none of my beds are in the box? So it won't select them. So I'd have to start further up. So it will select them. All right. Another thing is, let's say my properties and project browser goes away. So let's click on those X buttons. This is going to happen to you. Your windows are gone. Those are very important. So you're like, oh no, how do I get to my elevation? You know, how do I do that? What you do is in Whitespace, right click and go to properties. That's going to pop up your properties window. Go to Whitespace again, right click, browsers, and go to project browser. And then your windows are back. Very easy. All right, the last thing that I'm going to show you how to do is how to use the corner tool for walls. So let's draw some walls right here. Let's go to our architecture tab, click on wall, and let's draw one wall. Hit escape once, and that keeps me in my wall function, and then draw a wall going across in this direction. Okay, and then hit escape twice. All right, so let's say, oops, I overdrew these walls. I really don't want this, and I don't want this. I want to make a nice corner. Oops, excuse me, I didn't mean to move that. I want to make a nice corner right here. So there's a corner command to do that. So if you click on a wall, or really click on a wall, you're automatically gone into this Modify tab. And we're going to go back to our near our Move and Rotate tab. And you'll notice there's a Trim Extend to Corner tab, which is awesome. So you want to select what you want to keep. Okay, very important. It's nice, it gives you a little demo there. So let's click on that. And I want to keep this part of the wall and this part of the wall. So that's what I'm going to click on. So if I click and click, automatically makes that beautiful corner for me. Okay. And that concludes the intro to Revit.